Hey everyone, have a hi here with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, here we go. We're going to be breaking down the transforming EZA TEQ Frieza. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And boy, did they they make this unit very, very good. So this is the Glacial Prestige Frieza, in this case first form. It'll transform all the way to Golden Frieza. But let's look at the package they created here, because one of the things that's very important is that the stat increase for this unit is so massive. I'm going to talk about a little bit more in depth in just a second once we go over the rest of everything. It's so massive, it just makes this unit good no matter what. So let's start with the leader skill. It is an extreme class, or a class leader, of 130% across the board, which is really good, right? The only other units that have this basically capability is that it's going to be the Janemba and the Pycon, right? Those are the only extreme class, super class at 130. So going to be very useful, especially if you're going to be running Super Battle Roads, and if you don't have really high quality units. This unit here is going to be able to run a lot of different variations and can help out a lot of either free to play players or low to play players that don't have a lot of variations. So great leader skill there. And super attack, so it is Death Beam, and it's extreme EZA version of Death Beam, which is an immense damage EZA, and that's a highest multiplier in the game for SA multiplier, so just make sure we understand that as well. It causes a raise of attack and defense, which is a 20% increase, and it is unconditional, but because this is a transforming unit, in reality it's going to only transform up to Golden Frieza, and Golden Frieza you stop actually stacking. So having the ability to maybe get some additional attacks on this unit here is going to be very, very useful, but also crit's going to be really good as well. So you're going to want to get a balance of that in your hidden potential. So this causes immense damage to enemy and then lowers enemy's defense, which is a minus 40% for 3 turns. So all in all, that super attack is solid. Now let's go into the passive skill, Smile That Summons Death. All right, it's an attack and defense 110%, which is a 30% increase from its original form there, because 80% increase on there. So 30%, like I mentioned, the stat increase, we'll talk about that in a second, is very, very high, and it gets better as you transform. So making this unit, again, so useful, especially on extreme tech, right? We always want more extreme tech units, and here we go. We're getting a nice buff here. Now, on top of that, if you're going to be using this unit against a superclass enemy, it's going to get a really, really nice buff here. It's going to give you an additional 3 ki, and then attack 10% and defense 40%. However, every time you transform into second form, third form, final form, and then golden, you're going to reduce 10% on defense and increase attack by 10%, up to 50% attack, and then you zero out on defense. So I like the dynamic there, because while you're losing defense, you should be stacking defense even higher, right? You're going to get a 20% boost on SA while you're losing 10% per transformation. Now you're also going to get a recovers 11% HP at the start of the turn, which is very useful, and that's going to increase up to 15% when we see that in Golden Frieza. And then transforms when conditions are met. It's very simple. This is a turn-based transformation, so starting from the 3rd turn, you're going to be transforming basically every single turn afterwards. So I really like how they build these units, and the problem is it's going to take a while for you to get to Golden Frieza, but for long events, this is what's perfect for long events. Is it going to be great for Super Battle Road and things of that nature? No. But for those long events that we have here, for global, the upcoming Vegeta Fighting Legend event, and JP that has that right now, you have the GT Goku, you have the traditional Goku, those events there, this unit's going to be very, very good. So Link skills, strongest clan in space, universe most malevolent, metamorphosis, thirst for conquest, big bad bosses, fear and faith, and then fierce battle. There's 2 on this list here that will change during the transformation. So fear and faith changes to shocking speed, I believe, and then metamorphosis changes to I'm trying to remember now, prodigies. So as it continues to go and go. So that's the only difference, which I'm not a huge fan of changing link skills throughout, because it kind of just messes with the team builds that you're trying to do. But, Metamorphosis, Fear and Faith. Fear and Faith is pretty good, and losing that for Shocking Speed isn't, I think, as valuable. But either way, it's going to link really well with other Frieza type units for sure, right? So yeah, and then categories. Here you go. This is going to be a super valuable unit due to the fact it's on so many categories. How many it's on here? I didn't even count here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13, and we assume that this is going to also be on the new category that the LR is going to have. And I made this comment a while back on a Twitter, and then I think also my community post here, is if this unit, and we're expecting the Goku unit, the transforming Goku unit, to EZA during the Planet Namek Saga event, will they add Planet Namek Saga on here? And a lot of people are like, well, no, this is a Resurrection F unit, and I understand that. But if you look at Planet Namek Saga, there is a Golden Frieza on the on the list. So they've done weirder things in Dokkan, and how cool would it be if they just added Planet Namek Saga on this, on top of the new category? So having like 15 categories on this unit would just once again make it very, very valuable. I don't know if they'll do that, but once again, it doesn't make any sense. This is kind of a Resurrection F, but because it's during the Namek Saga celebration, they might just say, hey, let's just throw it on here just to make this unit even more valuable. Now let's talk about the stat increase here. HP 19,865, great there. Defense 1179. Let's talk about this attack stat increase. I was kind of looking around research and correct me if I'm wrong, right, in the comment section below. But this turns into 21,274 is the highest Extreme Z Awakening TUR attack stat in the game. Because before it was strength Gogeta, right? And he's at a little over 20,000. This is 21,274. And if you look at this comparable to the current LRs in the game, this is basically LR status. And when it comes to stats, he falls into the number 24 spot. And this is including JP as well with the Tech Gogeta. And that's kind of ridiculous, right? 21,274 right there, right behind the LR Beyond Blues and right ahead of LR Baby. Yeah. So I don't know what the exact calculations is for the Goku, but I believe the Goku is going to be really, really high up there as well. So yeah, they did this unit incredibly well. And we knew that, right? This unit was going to be, done well, and with the current, EZAs that we were seeing now with, Physical Cooler and, the Super Saiyan 4s, they're just making these EZAs just better and better and better, which is once again very smart to, bring in new players and still trying to summon for old characters like this unit here. Now let's go ahead and move on to the transformation in Golden Frieza here, so we can get the final stats on here in the Golden Frieza form, being the fourth transformation. The changes are the super attack. It doesn't stack anymore. It just increases for one more time, raises attack and defense which is a 20% increase, and then it doesn't reduce defense anymore. It has a great chance, which is 70% chance of stunning the enemy, which isn't really overly valuable. They could have done something different here, like a crit chance or something of that nature, because stunning an enemy toward the end of a long battle, usually they're immune to it. So that one there isn't all that beneficial. Now, passive skill, it now has increased, right? For transformations into 150%. So 10% every transformation increases from 110, 120, 130, 140, now 150, and then like I mentioned before, plus an additional key +3, and then it's attack 50% with no more defense, right? On top of that, your HP is now recovering by 15%, which is really, really strong. And then for no item runs and things of that nature, that's going to be so beneficial. And then key +12 and performs a critical hit right at the, oh, I guess you don't need a critical hit on the super attack if you're going to do that once only. But like I mentioned before, you know, stunning the enemy is almost worthless at a long event. Usually they're going to be immune, but they could have kept an additional critical chance because you're only doing this once, right? So it performs a critical hit that one time right when you transform there. Link skills, I mentioned before, does change, you know, prodigies, metamorphosis to prodigies, and shocking speed. It changes toward the end with prodigies and metamorphosis, but shocking speed changes pretty quickly there. So let's talk about links. Let's talk about link partners really quick here. And so on the first form, you're going to be, you know, definitely bringing, you know, these two units here. They're going to have 6 links together, which is the, on JP, the EZA cooler, which we don't have on Global yet. And then the strength cooler, transforming cooler, is of course amazing. He's already kind of a support unit for Terrakion Conquerors on top of that. And so yeah, perfect 2 to run. But if you want to run one that's going to go all the way through the transformation for the Golden Frieza, then I believe the physical EZA final form cooler is the way to go, because he still has 6 links all the way down here, whereas you can actually get 7 links if you're using final form AGL Frieza and Strength Frieza, which we're not sure if they're going to get an EZA. That'd be really awesome if we get EZAs for those 2 units as well, and then you can run the these 2 units on this team here to link up with Golden Frieza. So there you have it. Like I said, a beast of a unit over EZA. This is going to be really, really good here. You know, once again, being the highest, once again, correct me if I'm wrong, put that in the comment section below. 21,274 is the highest attack stat for a TUR EZA. And yeah, beast of a unit in EZA. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. We should expect in part 2 the transformation Goku to also EZA, and that's going to be interesting as well. So with that, if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff, and thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.